family walked along the winding driveway, they noticed a group of Star Wars characters climbing out of a van. Headed for the fair was a Darth Vader, followed by Commander Cody and Captain Rex. Inside the building, Mom pointed out a tree full of funny-faced ghosts made from old sheets and tissue paper. The ghosts wiggled in the wind from the low branches of an oak tree. As they passed the huge tree, they came upon a lighted path of jack-o'-lanterns that had been carved by the 4th grade. "This is not the welcoming committee I expected," Dad said, as they passed a 25-pound jack-o'-lantern with one droopy eye, one winking eye, a star-shaped nose, and 4 teeth. "Hurry, Dad," said Tippy. "The real greeters are up ahead." Her fast trot quickly turned to a jog, and in a flash, she was mingled amongst a parade of high flyers, approaching the stoop and trying to peek inside the windows. There was a twinkle witch, a pilot, a candy fairy, and a pumpkin fairy. Inside, there was indeed a much better welcoming committee. The head of lower school was just inside the door wearing a number 52 Baltimore Ravens jersey. Attached to her back were 2 glorious, silky, feathered, ebony wings. She gave them a hearty handshake, a warm hello, and then handed them a goodie bag. The Norwood Blue Hawk then escorted them to the Marsh Gym. The room was buzzing with cheerful chatter and giggly echoes and lots of wonderful costumes. Just as they reached the edge of the commotion, a teacher dressed like Dr. Seuss approached the microphone. As she tapped her fingers on the microphone, the noise gradually decreased as if someone were turning a volume knob on a radio. When the room was almost silent, the announcer with the tall hat declared, "The hour has come for the fun to start, and so let us begin. Stand aside and watch with pride as our first act enters in. They'll make you smile and laugh and sing and scare you just a bit. Their song and dance, well worth the work, is sure to be a hit." She began to clap and the crowd joined in. As everyone turned toward the risers where an assorted group of characters was poised and ready to sing. There was so much to see. Tippy and Jose watched as a fancy bride tried to bob for a chocolate donut that was swinging from a string. Watching the donut swing from side to side made Tippy and Jose realize that their pasta dinner had worn off, so they scanned the room for a snack. As Jose pointed to a table full of goodies, they were approached by a wise-looking bird who had noticed their arrival and was anxious to welcome the visitors. "Hello, who are you?" she asked as she stuck out a gloved hand and introduced herself to the Bernards. "I'm Archimedes. Come over to my tree," she said with a wink, "and have some refreshments." Jose giggled at the corny reference to the tree, but gladly followed along. As the children munched on deviled eggs, flavored popcorn, and lemonade, Archimedes told Mom and Dad about the fun she has as Norwood's lower school technology facilitator. Suddenly, the Baltimore Raven appeared and invited Archimedes to join her in bringing on the next group. Delighted, the kindly owl turned, shook hands with her new friends, Tippy and Jose, and excused herself. Off the duo strutted to the front of the room, the children giggling at the sight of the feathered friends. "Ladies and gentlemen, ghouls and toys, girls and boys. If there are any children here that are dressed as superheroes, please join us up front." Slowly and shyly out of the crowd came Batgirl, Batman, Raphael the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle, Zorro, a member of the Delta Force, and Superman. Once on stage, the super troupe pretended to hunt for a villain as the crowd cheered them on. way back to their parents, Tippy nudged Jose. "Hey, Scarecrow, how you doing in there? Is that straw getting too itchy?" Always quick-witted, Jose responded, "I'm fine, but did you hear about the Scarecrow who won an award?" Tippy responded, "Really? What was the award for?" With a mischievous twinkle, Jose answered, "Apparently, he was outstanding in his field." Realizing it was a joke, Tippy playfully slapped her brother on the back. "Ha ha ha, you got me that time." Tippy was about to tell her own joke when the next group began to sing. In a far corner of the gym, Dr. Seuss had a big crowd of assorted guests as she read one of her favorite books, The Cat in the Hat. Jose and Tippy headed for the story corner, but were sidetracked by a group of fancy girls. There was Izzy the Pirate, Brave Merida, and a lovely mermaid, who were taking turns playfully swatting at a bat-shaped piñata. For their chance to whack the bat, they were amused by Rocky Balboa bobbing and weaving amongst a speedy race car driver and Bryce Harper's batting practice.